welcome to Alchemistry. So today's my topic is topicity, and topicity is a very much important topic. You must know about that, and I would like to suggest you to see my previous videos about stereoisomer before seeing that video about topicity. If you see my previous videos, then that topic will be cleared more to you. So now when we are studying about topicity, so we have to know some terms in topicity. Some terms mean, we before knowing topicity, we have to know that what is a enantiomer, what is an enantiomer, what is a diastereomer. Then we must know the term pro-R, pro-R, pro-ace, and must know the term prochiral. And then you can know the topicity in explained way. Now let's see.
Okay, so to know topicity, what is actually this? Suppose we have a compound where there is Ha, two hydrogen there, one is named Ha, another is named Hb, and when Ha is replaced by deuterium, another isotope of hydrogen, then if we get R isomer, then we will call Ha as a pro-R, and if we get S isomer, then we can call Ha as a pro-R. And same for Hb. When we are replacing Hb with deuterium and we are keeping that Ha as hydrogen, if we get R isomer, then we will call Hb as pro-R. If we get S isomer, we will call Hb as pro-S. Now in another case, and another topic will be there, that if replacement of Ha by deuterium gives you R, and again replacement of Hb gives you S, then Ha and Hb will be called enantiotopic, as R or S's are enantiomer. So replacement of R and replacement of Ha and replacement of Hb, if give you once R then S, then as R or S's are enantiomer, so Ha and Hb will be called enantiotopic. So this is the basic concept of topicity. Now I will go to some examples here. And before going to some examples, again I am telling you that if this concept, you need to, if you want to clear that concept, then you have to see my previous video before to seeing that, then come to see here. If you have clear concept about enantiomers and diastereomer, then topicity will be easy for you. Okay, so in one example, I think it will be completely clear to you. Suppose we have that compound CH3. This is I am drawing this in Fischer projection. So we have here Ha, Hb, Hc, and Hd. So what is told here? They have told us to do the relation, find out the relation between Ha and Hb, and another way Hc and Hd, find the relation between them. So to do that, we have to replace first of all Ha by deuterium. So in the first case, we are replacing Ha by deuterium here, and we are keeping Hb, Hc, Hd all as hydrogen H. So here is hydrogens. So this is the deuterium. Okay. Now we have to find out whether it is R or S. What are the what are the this R S nomenclature? What will be the nomenclature for this centers, chiral centers? So we have two chiral centers here and there. So if we see the R and S thing here, so we can put as a priority group, we can put the first priority here for in case of this part. This for first chiral center, suppose this is the first chiral center 1. So for this, our first that priority will be this, second priority will be this, third one deuterium, and fourth one hydrogen. So according to priority, after doing the priority, if we see the RS nomenclature, so we will find that here the rotation is like A to B to C. So that rotation is anti-clockwise rotation, and here lower priority group is in vertical position, so that center will be R. Okay, so after doing this R, we will go to do the topicity about HB. So when we are doing the topicity about HB, so we can call that HA is pro R here. HA is pro R here. Now we will see about HB. So we are putting deuterium in place of HB, and we are keeping HA as hydrogen. So now in that case, A and B priority will be same. Only C and D, C will come there, D will come there. So in that case, the rotation will be like A to B to C. So this is a clockwise rotation. So in that case, so HB will be our pro S. So the relation between HA and HB, the relation between HA and HB will be enantiotopic. So if we see in case of HC and HD, the same will happen, and the relation between HC and HD will be enantiotopic also. Now in another case, when we will study about EZ isomer, and as we know, EZs are diastereoisomers. So for EZ, what will happen, we can see here now. And one more thing, so you have to see that 2 HA and HB should be in the same environment, should be attached with same type of carbon, otherwise it will be constitutional is isomer. Now suppose we have a double bond here, we have a HA and we have a HB, and here is a CH3 group, and here will be a suppose C2H5 group. So now first of all, we are replacing HA by deuterium, and we are keeping HB as hydrogen. So here the largest groups are C2H5 and deuterium. They are in opposite direction, means it will be E. Okay, and in another case, when we are replacing HB with deuterium, we are keeping HA as hydrogen, and here is CH3, and here will be C2H5, means ethyl group. So here deuterium and ethyl groups are in same side, means it will be the Z isomer. And as E and Z are diastereomer, so here HA and HB will be diastereotopic. I hope this concept is completely clear to you, and I hope you see the previous videos to know the diastereomer, enantiomer, EZ isomer. And if this video is helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe. Your one like gives me motivation to make more videos. So bye for today, and please do subscribe to my channel and give a big thumb, give a like, and do share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. And thank you.